Hello, may peace and blessings be with you. I hope that you're having a fantastic Tuesday. If you're joining me live, come say hi. Okay, today we are going to dive in and talk about Kajabi certificates, how to set up completion certificates in Kajabi. So, if you're using Kajabi for your course portal, you may have a requirement where you have to provide a completion certificate. A while back, you could only do just a generic completion certificate, but now Kajabi allows you to create dynamic certificates with the personalization of the name and the course title and all that good stuff. You also can upload your own background to the for the certificate so that it looks even more branded and beautiful. So if you would like to learn that, we can dive in and do that. But before we go there, I want to ask you, what is your platform of choice for hosting your courses? Are you using Kajabi? Are you using Teachable? Are you using ClickFunnels? Are you using something else? Do share with me in the comments. I would love to know. The two platforms we're primarily using are Teachable and Kajabi at the moment. We're also getting into ClickFunnels and learning about, building super awesome funnels with ClickFunnels. So we'll be hosting some training about that in the future as well. If you're interested, definitely let me know and I can prioritize that as we schedule that. Okay, so I am going to get started. I'm going to share my screen. I'm gonna hide myself a little bit. Okay, I'm in the back in the right corner. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm logged into my Kajabi and I'm under the courses and we just have a test course here that we were playing with. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just duplicate this so that I can show you from scratch what it's gonna look like if you have if you're doing this for the first time. So I'm clicking on these three dots, ellipses here, and I'm going to hit duplicate course. And it takes about a minute. And Kajabi is going to send me a message when it's done. And it didn't really take that long. I will quickly check to see. Checking on my phone if I. Okay, so I got the message from Kajabi that it is done. I'm going to just hit courses one more time. Okay, it is done. So let's go in it by clicking on the course. Okay, you'll see now we have this certificates tab here. So essentially, this is where we're going to set up the certificate. And they have a pretty nice training available here as well. You can click on the here button and it'll take you to that page and you can take a look at that also. It's really nicely done. Okay, so what I'm going to do is basically the way this test course is set up is it has a few lessons, a couple of modules, a few lessons, and at the end it has a quiz that we have included because we want to issue the certificate after all of the lessons are finished, and then the participant also takes a quiz. Otherwise, they may, just go through the lessons and you can set it up whichever way you want. I'll show you when we go to the certificates tab how you can customize when you want to issue the certificate. Is it 100% completion or after they're finished with another step, like a quiz or a final exam or something like that, right? So that can totally be set up. Okay, so let's go to certificates here and take a look. So this is what it's going to look like. I'm going to toggle this button over, which says provide certificates for this course. So now it's going to enable all of these different options. If you have a logo you want to upload, I highly recommend doing that. But if you've already included the logo in your background, I'll show you like how you can include a background image or text already laid out for your certificate. If you're doing that, then you don't necessarily need to turn this on over here. So basically anything you turn on over here is going to show up on the certificate. So I'm going to turn this off for now real quick. Keep everything else on. Certificate title, recipient subtitle, show student's name, course subtitle, include course title's name, a completion date. This is something that is super important. You may have like a compliance requirement. I do a lot of training for the CPA license. So for that, I need to track what was the date when I completed the training. So this comes into play there, right? So if you have a requirement where you have to specify when someone completed a training, this will automatically include that. We have the ability to include a certificate serial number. Some people may have that as a requirement too, so you can turn it on or off. I'm going to leave it on for now so that you can see what it looks like. And then there are a few other options. You can include a background also. For now, I'm not going to do that. I just want you to see what it looks like out of the box without any custom backgrounds or anything like that. And maybe that would be sufficient. But if you want to enhance it by adding your own background and stuff, then we can certainly do that too. Okay, so it's preview. Looks like it's grayed out. We have to save it first. So I'm going to hit the save button. After I do that, it's going to give me a couple of more options at the bottom. This wasn't displayed before and this automation wasn't there before. So now it's saying, do you want to send the certificate upon 100% completion or send as an automation after like a certain step is complete in the process? So now we can preview it. If I hit the preview button, it's going to open in a new tab. This is what it's going to look like. It's if we added a logo, it'll just add the logo at the top, and this is what it's going to look like. It looks pretty nice, pretty straightforward with all of the important information that we would want to display on a certificate. Okay, now let's jazz it up a little bit by going into Canva and creating the certificate background and see what that would do for us. Okay, so what I normally do is I am in Canva and I'm just looking for any templates for certificates. I'm going to stay in the templates and see what it comes up with. Okay, so we have lots and lots of good options to pick from. I would say picking something where the text is centered, because I don't think we have the ability to customize like where the name of the student and some of the other information that we're going to keep on here is going to show up. So it's automatically going to basically plop it in the center. So to make it easier on ourselves, we can pick a design that is the text is centered. So I wouldn't use this one, but something like this is good. Something like this is good. So let's take a look. I'm just browsing, having fun. Okay, I'm actually liking this one. Let's go with this one. Should we try this one? Okay, so after selecting this, I can hit the customize this template button. But before I do that, I'm going to show you something else, which is also important to know. If I check the box for certificate background, because essentially that's what we're going to do. We're going to bring this certificate that we're creating in Canva back into Kajabi as a background, and then we're going to overlay all of this text over it, right? That's essentially what we're trying to do. My mouse is going a little crazy here. That's all right. I'm going to click on certificate background, and it's going to show me the dimensions that this file needs to be. So this is what Kajabi is recommending, 1280 by 896. So just keep that in mind as we customize this thing. Okay, so back over here, customize this template. Okay, so anything that we don't need, we can remove. And I'm also going to share, if we need to resize it, what size, how to do it, right? So basically, we need it to be 1280 by It's actually 1280 by 896, right? So in pixels, you can copy and resize or resize. Copy and resize will essentially make a copy of this Canva file and open it as a separate file. If you save it, if you just do resize, it's gonna resize it in place. I'm pretty comfortable with resizing it this time, so I'll just click on that. Okay, so this is what it's gonna do. I see how it may have adjusted the margins a little bit. Here we go. This is what it's gonna look like. Looks pretty good. Okay, so I like certificate of, instead of appreciation, I'm gonna change this to completion. And I'm gonna not include this text because I'm gonna have this text displaying from Kajabi. So whatever we want this to say, right? I'm gonna take this off. I'm gonna take the name off for sure. Okay, so if you ever have trouble getting to something, it might be that it is either locked or it's behind something else, right? So the layer I'm trying to get to is this one. So I can, what I did was I clicked on positions, it opened up this separate pane, and I went to that, clicked on layers to find the one I'm looking for. So I can literally just come in here and I can delete that if needed. Okay, so if you need to keep that text, you keep it. I don't really think we need this for anything. You keep this little shield thing here if you like. And let's see, anything else we want to move around. I want to say let's move this down a little. And I don't know if we even need this these lines. It's this one. I'm just going to delete that too. Because if something doesn't line up, I don't want to have a line there. It might like strike through some text or something. So it's better to just remove it. Okay, so that's good. You can customize the names here, if, you know, as needed. You can customize the signature here as well. You can add signature or whatever you want to do with that. Okay, so I'm gonna leave it like this for now. I think it's good enough, right? We can always spend more time, enhance it, but for now, this looks good. So I'm gonna just hit share, and we're going to download this as a PNG. And I want to see what happens if I make the size a little bit bigger, because I like to have like a good resolution on this thing. Oh, but it's not gonna let us because Kajabi said 1280 by 896. Okay, so let's not do that. Let's stick with the original one. So I'm gonna hit download. Every time I'm doing these trainings, I have like a general idea of how something works, but I'm literally learning as we go, as I'm sharing, because I really think it's helpful when you see when I try something and something doesn't work, and how can we troubleshoot that or debug that together, right? So I hope this is helpful. Okay, so I'm going to come back over here. I'm going to select this file, upload a new file from my device. This is a good one. Okay, so this is how it's going to pick it up. Looks beautiful. I'm going to hit save. Okay. It is doing its thing. Okay, upload one file. Compressing images. Okay, so this is what it's going to look like. And I'm going to take off this title, right? Because we don't need it anymore. This will keep. Student's name will keep. Course subtitle, I don't know if we need that. Course title we do need, and you can customize it also. So let's say this is good. I'm going to remove the serial number. We don't need that. Include completion date. Yes, we do need that. Okay. So this is looking good to me. I'm going to hit save and let's preview it. See what that looks like. Ooh, look at that. Okay. So some things fell into place. This test course 1 and the date didn't. So it's cutting off this behind it. I'm going to try something else. So sometimes if I look at it at a different resolution, it works, but this is not working. This text is in the way. Okay. So this is where we go back into Kajabi and change things a little bit, where we want to move this text down some, right? So it looks like maybe 2 rows. If we gave it 2 extra rows, this text would show. So this was the date that's showing up. Issued on July 11th. Okay. So let's do that. Okay. So here's what I do. I'm going to just, ooh, not that. I am trying to, all right, let's do it this way. I want to be able to group these together. Group this with the, group this with the, okay, so okay, so I want to group all of these except for this border is what I'm trying to do. Okay, so hopefully that did it. Yep. So I'm going to move this down. And we need about two rows, right? That's what we said. And we're going to come over here. So now this is selected. I'm going to move this down some more. And I would love it if we can also move this down a little. So let's do that. I'm going to keep it about the same, bottom and top, so it doesn't look odd. Okay, so that is looking good. We can move it down a tad bit more. We can move this text down some more. Okay. I'm just using my up and down arrows on my keyboard to do that. Okay, so let's move this down a little bit too. Maybe it's lined up. And it wasn't. It was lined up before. Here we go. All right, lined up. Okay, so let's give this a try. You think this will work? Hopefully this will work. Let's see, was there anything else that didn't work? I closed out of that preview. It's okay. We'll give this a shot. Share, download. Looks good. Download it again. Go back in here and replace this file. Upload a new file from my device. And it is this latest one. Upload it. Looks beautiful. Looks even more beautiful than last time. Okay, upload one file. Okay, so it did shift it a little bit, which is great. So let's hit the save button and then we'll preview it again. Okay, what did it do? So, oh, it's actually changing the resolution a little bit. It's interesting. Okay, so see how it's still showing now this is showing up, but it's in the middle of the text. A little confusing, but okay. So we can, let's try something else. First one. What happens if I turn this off for a second? I'm just trying this. If I turn off the course title, and if we include the course title in the see how it has adjusted it a little bit, but it's still not enough. Okay, so we'll have to play with the sizing a little bit more. What happens if I include a course subtitle? So that goes here and then it gets pushed down. Okay. So if we want to include anything over here, the completion is reported to student's name. We want to have something here and then that. Okay. It's all right. We will go back and we will include the course title and we will work with this some more. Okay. We still have the previous one open. It's the same one. So this is when we added that. Okay, so, okay, it's all right. We will go back and we will add, I'm trying to think, it's adding a line here and a line here, line here and line here. I want to see this side by side. Okay, so oh, of course, when I switch the size, it's gonna make it look different. Okay, let's try something. Let's try to print it, see what it's gonna look like. If I say save as PDF, okay, so it is not lining up. There is too much space in between and this is cutting off. So this is how it's gonna print essentially, right? So we do need to adjust it. Okay, so it's all right. We're gonna come back over here. And what I want to do is go back to position. Group these two together and let's group this with the two. This and this. Group it together. I'm gonna move it up. Wrong one. Okay. And this text, let's make it a little bit wider and a little lower. How is that? That should do it, right? That should be plenty of space for those 2 rows of text coming from Kajabi. All right. I'm gonna try it. What an adventure. Okay, so I am going to download this and we're going to go back into Kajabi, and we're going to come in here and replace file, upload the new file. It has downloaded it for us. That looks great. Let's go with it. Hit save. Iram, so happy that you're here with me. Iram is saying this is good. Jazakallah khair. I really needed to learn this. I love it. Okay, so I am uploading it again and we'll see how it goes this time. Okay, so we're gonna hit save and hit the preview button one more time. Maybe third time is a charm. Let's see. Woohoo! We have success. This is working. Okay, so this is how you create a beautiful looking course certificate from Kajabi. Okay, so I hope that this was helpful. Let's just quickly look at one other thing. So we briefly talked about having two different options here. You can send the certificate upon 100% completion or send as an automation. If you're going to do that, here are your choices, right? You say lesson is complete, quizzes, let's say lesson is complete, and then you can pick which lesson, right? So in our case, it would be this lead generation quiz under test course 1. That's the one we're in, right? So when this is done, then send a certificate and all that. You can add an additional conditions if needed and just give that a try and see how that goes. Okay, I'm going to move it back to send certificate upon 100% completion. And I want to show you one more thing. If you want to customize the message that goes out with your certificates, you can certainly do that too. We are going to click on email templates. And in here, you have all different kinds of emails that go out from the backend from Kajabi, right? They're pre-programmed. A lot of times we don't even customize them, but you have the option to customize it if you want. But just know that this is like a global change. Once you make that change, it's going to change it for all of the courses, all of the things that you have available in here. So the one we're interested in is course completion certificate. You can just click on that to see what it says, and then if you need to modify, you can. Okay, so this is the email that's going to go out. It's going to say you've been awarded a certificate. That's going to be the subject line. If you want to change it, you can change it. You can say congratulations, you have completed the course, which is still pretty generic. You're not specifying the name of the course or anything like that. So that is here. And in the body of the email, you're saying, congratulations, you've been awarded a certificate for, and it'll automatically populate that product title, whichever one it's sending out for, right? So Kajabi with its dynamic code in the background is going to populate all of that for you. And this is what it's going to look like. If you want to see what it's going to do, you can send a test email to yourself. You can click on that, put in your own email, do a test email, or you can look at it in the browser. So this is how the email is going to look. And they'll get this button. You click on that, and this is how they can open it. And it's going to open a new window for them, their certificate with their name on it and all that. So over here where it says name of student, it'll update to name of that student. And whatever your course name is will show up over here as well. Okay, so Iram is saying, yay. We will be using this for the Muslim Mastery Level 1 quiz. That's so awesome. So Iram is leading a leadership mastery coaching program for the youth. And my kids are attending it. They're loving it. So they're going to get their certificates. Yay, they're going to get it from here. I love it. Iram, yes, so happy to have you here. If there are any other questions related to creating a quiz or anything about setting up your course or your portal in Kajabi or Teachable or any other platform, do reach out to us. We also have our whole library of trainings that we're doing. I'll just quickly share the link here if I can type it. Here we go. So learn.simplifyonething.com. This has the full range of all of the master classes that we have. Either we have hosted before or we're going to host in the future. We also have a Lead Automation Hub monthly membership currently going on, which is at $17 a month. The price is going to go up in August. So if you're interested, we are doing a live technical training in that once a month to get you up and running in launching your business and helping you troubleshoot things so that you keep making progress. You do not get stuck on any step when it comes to tech for your business. I hope to see you next time. Do let me know what other things you would like to learn about. May peace and blessings be with you. Thank you.